All right, I got a minute to sneak away to do this update, and they're still being a little loud at their party, but that's okay. We will make it happen. Making miracles happen. Gotta make it work. And I'm still trying to keep this a secret. So, first I want to start off by talking about the fact that trusting that the universe is conspiring on your behalf to get you what you need is such an important part of the belief system that makes miracles. So to fill people in, for those who haven't seen the first video, I got rear-ended by someone in someone else's car. And after the appropriate amount of grieving, I asked myself, how is this the best possible thing that could have happened? You know, and that's odd for a lot of people to hear. I got into a car accident in someone else's car, someone rear-ended me in someone else's car, and my first thought after getting the shock out of my system was, how can I make this the best possible thing that could have happened? And why is it the best possible thing that could have happened? And what can I do next to do my part in this universal plan to make it the best possible thing? And, you know, it's not my car, so that actually made it a little easier when it came to coming up with a plan. And I was thinking to myself, the person whose car this is, it's the only thing he owns. And it's this old, hand-me-down 1998 Toyota Camry that we loved. You can't make this stuff up, man. We had literally just gotten off the phone about 15 minutes before the car accident happened, talking about how much we appreciated having the car available to us. It just blows me away. You cannot make this stuff up. I had been in stop and go traffic for 15 minutes talking about how much I appreciated having the car, got off the phone, and then 15 minutes after that, so a total of 30 minutes into stop and go traffic, I got hit by the same guy who had been behind me the whole time. We had been in stop and go traffic for 30 minutes. And that's when he ends up hitting me. Just after we had been talking about how much we appreciated the car. And that's the thing, is that this person whose car it is, you know, like I said in the other video, they haven't had a great life. And this is like basically their only like major possession. And so to have to call them back after we were just talking about how much we appreciated the car, to tell them that I was on my way back and I had just gotten hit and the car was totaled, like, that felt so bad. But looking at it, what I realized was that this person, like myself, always keeps going. They always, no matter what happens, does their part, does their best. So I thought to myself, if there's anybody who deserves for this to be the best possible outcome, it's this person, for starters. And second of all, what is the best possible outcome? That's the next step, is if this is the best possible thing that could have happened, what is that outcome that makes it the best possible thing that could have happened? Getting him his first ever brand new car. Because the only other, he had this car and he had one other car, and they were both really old hand-me-downs that he had only gotten because the person was basically gonna throw it away, didn't know how to get rid of it anyway. And one of them he got only because he was taking care of his family. And so I started to think, okay, what can I do? What can I do? Well, I have this platform, and I have a bunch of people that I know would help me get this message out there and help me contribute. And like I said, I started to then do the math of, okay, how many people would it take? So I was like, okay, it would take 1,000 people giving $10 or 2,000 people giving just $5. That might actually be reasonable. So I got out my phone and I made that video that you guys saw. I snuck out of the house because, like I said, I'm still trying to keep this a secret. I snuck out of the house and I made the video because I realized that if all it took was $5 from 2,000 people, that is not an unrealistic goal. And even if I had to have tried to figure out another way to make this the best possible outcome of getting him his first ever brand new car, I would have. But I was also thinking to myself, the reason why I thought about it at all is because recently I've been seeing all of these fake videos on YouTube and Facebook and things, and I rarely ever go on to things like Facebook or Instagram and watch random videos. But I had just found myself on Facebook maybe a week or so ago looking through videos for a minute and saw how many fake videos there were. And it reminds me of things like reality TV. Reality TV isn't real. It's scripted, and even they admit that. And so watching these videos on Facebook that were scripted, pretending to be real surprises, really kind of made me feel grossed out. So it just kind of popped into my head. I want to show people that they don't have to fake it, because real miracles in real life are really, really actually possible, and that we can, with the amazing light that is human beings, create miracles in real life all the time. So anyway, that brings us here. I have so many people to thank for their donations, which I will get to shortly. But I wanted to talk about this, that with this update video, that, you know, there's always a way to take what looks like a bad situation or a negative situation and figure out how it's leading you to the best possible outcome. And I mean anything, like anything, absolutely anything, from a car accident to a breakup to a loss of any kind, you know. And that's also why I noted the fact that, you know, you might have that appropriate moment of grieving in there, like I did. I literally laid down on the bathroom floor. People who are sanctuary followers know my bathroom floor well from me doing riffs. I literally laid down on the bathroom floor and had a little cry because it was stressful. I'm not going to say that it wasn't stressful, but I didn't have to wallow in that stress. I didn't have to let it get me down. I didn't have to think to myself, well, he's only going to get $2,000 from the insurance. So what is he going to get with that? And he needs a car to get to work. You know, he needs his own car. So after that appropriate amount of grieving, which there is an appropriate amount of grieving for any loss, but it doesn't have to take long, I picked myself back up and immediately got to work on on a plan, on some sort of plan. And that plan can rely on others, but it doesn't have to. You can just as much pick yourself up and, I don't know, do it on your own is really what I'm trying to say. It's like you can just as much do it on your own. And there have been plenty of times where I have picked myself up and gone out and done whatever I needed to do on my own. It just happened to be that in this particular situation, this idea seemed really awesome to me. Because not only could I make a really amazing thing happen for somebody who totally deserves it, but I can also take the rest of everybody else along for the ride. Like I like to remind people, the law of Amra, the universal law of Amra, tells us that when we give without the expectation of receiving in return, that's when the most abundance flows through our lives. So being able to frame things differently in any situation is always going to make things a bajillion times better. And it's always going to be a possibility. Whether you figure out a way to do it on your own or you figure out a way to do it with other people's help. So if you haven't already, definitely go check out my first video, literally called Making Miracles IRL, in real life. And if all you can do is share the video, that I've been explaining this to people over the last day and a half. You know, that helps just as much, because in order to get out to 2,000 people that will donate, in order to get out to even 1,000 people who will donate, it has to be seen by many, many people. And so that means it has to be shared by many people. And so the sharing, getting just the message out there, is just as important as the donations, because without the sharing, people don't know there's something to donate to. Which brings me to giving a thank you to everybody who's donated so far. I forgot my notebook with that list, so give me 2 seconds to go get that. Okay. Like I said, I'm still trying to keep this a secret, because I'm hoping that I can keep this a secret for the whole time that we earn the money, so that I can surprise him with it. Because I know even if the word does get out, the gratitude that he will have for having his very first new car ever. First world problems over here, but seriously, that alone, I already know, would make his entire life. But, you know, if I can keep it a secret so I can surprise him with the money, that would be awesome. And so anyway, from the top of the list, I want to thank Tanya, who is Chronically Stitched over on Instagram, Alec Ashby, Kate Diamond, Diana Mendoza, Jess, who is Mountain Bound Books, Andre, Gypsy, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Garafi, hopefully, Gypsy Garafi, my amazing Amanda Van Zenton, the Willow to my Buffy, Kylie Holland, Bruce, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, but he is Motivations and Musings over on Instagram, and the amazing Brittany Engelking. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you guys. Oh, I've got one more. Hold on. Sorry. And Sati Blakely, as of the last time I checked, those are the people who have donated so far. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've only gone through our first full day, so I have to check. I'm going to check again later tonight, and those will go into the next update video. But thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody who has donated so far. And thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody who shared. I know that there are a few people who are still working on it. I know at least one person who's having a little bit of a PayPal issue. But, you know, we had Johnny Wujek share our video today on Instagram. And for those of you who don't know who he is, the reason why I know who he is because he is Katy Perry's wardrobe designer friend. And he is the most amazing person. So for someone like Johnny Wujek to share our video when I reached out to him, because I've had one conversation with him before, that was so cool. That it just touched my heart because he is such an amazing, amazing person in general. But so this is bringing all sorts of amazing, amazing moments out of the woodwork. So yeah, thank you guys so much to everybody who's donated, everybody who shared. If you can't donate, like I said, that is just as important. And honestly, you know, just we can make miracles happen. And when we remember that the universe is always conspiring in our favor, when we can think like this, all you have to do is ask to see how any situation is opening the door for miracles in your life. That's it. Anytime anything happens, you just have to ask yourself, how is this opening the door to miracles in my life? And if you're willing to recognize that the universe is conspiring on your behalf, and that you just have to start by asking that question, miracles and amazing things will not just are possible, but will happen. So thank you guys for everybody who's donated so far. Thank you everybody in advance who is going to donate in the near future from when I'm making this video. Thank you to everybody who has shared and will share this video. I can't wait to continue to report to you guys. We've gotten so many amazing donations. And they've all been, almost all of them have been more than $5. And that was what I had asked for. I said, we need 2,000 people to give $5. And we won't even need that because most everybody has given more than $5. A lot of people have given $10, $15, $20. So keep sharing. Let's get the word out there. And help me be a part of making a real life miracle happen for someone who absolutely deserves it. All right, guys, may the energy you serve you well. I'm Ann Blackwood, your Silicon Valley Sage Sister, here to bring consciousness to the forefront of your daily life to make life a little kinder and simpler. Let's keep making our way through. Because I know I am, and you can too.